Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for a different react. This just popped up in my feed and I looked at it and it was like Gen X humor and memes, generation memories from the 70s and 80s. It's by a channel called Acorn TV, and I'll leave a link in the description for their channel and this video. I just thought it'd be kind of funny to show some humor, some memes made from possibly a lot of Gen X pop culture. So let's get into the video.
Woke scientists develop man that can give birth. Welcome to episode number 50 of the Gen X and Millennial Memes, where every Friday we remember some of the things that we didn't even know we forgot about. Please consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, smash subscribe and click that bell so you won't miss the new episodes.
Who remembers that face? If you remember that face, put it in the comment section below.
I think we got some good memes and memories today, so let's get into it. Most of my viewers here on the channel will get this.
If you know the movie that gun was in, let's hear about it. I noticed the guy's already got a blacked out eye.
Pizza Hut back in the day was simply awesome.
It was.
Raise your hand if Tom and Jerry is one of your favorite cartoons. I'd say that this goes for the majority of us.
Half the time they were fighting each other, half the time they were living together. You just never knew when they would start fighting each other.
When you're young, you play with them. When you get old, you start losing them. Scan this QR code to get no. We used to be able to furnish an entire home just on Pepsi points and Marlboro miles. Yeah, and you get a lot of hats and jackets and other stuff too.
Yeah, you get a full wardrobe out of it too.
Driving by myself is so tiring because I have to be the lead singer, the backup singer, dancers, hype man, etc. I miss the days when we didn't know what our baseball cards were worth.
Comment down below if you ever put a baseball card in the spoke of your wheel for your bicycle to make that pop 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 sound.
You know, out there somewhere, there is someone who remembers doing this, and deep down they feel sick in the pit of their stomach every single time that they see this card in a meme. When you're crushing it in 1981. Yep, they got a nice assortment of games there. Kids today will never know what it feels like to ride in the back of an old Chevy S10.
Actually, my brother rode in the back of my Chevy S10 on a seat just like that for 6.5 hours to get home.
Yeah, this was the Chevy S10 extended cab. It just wasn't extended enough to have a real seat. One day you put on socks standing up for the last time, and you didn't even know it. The cast of E.T., then and now.
Man, that's scary. That's really scary. Because then I was 11. I was their age. Now I'm still their age. But I've changed, just like they have.
Saddest movie scene ever. Ancient artifacts that will confuse most millennials.
Let's see what we got here. Cigarette lighter, pop tab, 8-track tape, drive-in theater, roll tape, or roll film, a window crank, flash cubes. Oh, that middle one there. Gun caps and the credit card slide machine. Oh, what was that called? The viewfinder thing there, the view clicker thing. Yeah, the makeup mirror. Oh, this one here, the nut cracker. Yeah, a lot of meals were made out of this one. I don't even know what these are. If anybody knows what these are, let me know. Let me know in the comments.
I'd say a lot of you early millennials here on the channel will know most of these. I'm glad I grew up with this and not this.
Now that's just rude. That's just rude. You know, that'll scare the piss right out of you.
This generation won't ever understand how good it felt to be in the horror section at Blockbuster on a Friday night. 80's Song Challenge. And the title or lyrics of a song replace girl with squirrel. I thought this here was pretty fitting for the channel since it's called Acorn Stash and has a squirrel for the mascot. So what songs can you guys think of? How about Squirrels Just Want to Have Fun? What other songs can you guys think of that would fit this meme? Drop it down in the comments.
Yeah.
I hate it when people ask me if I did anything exciting over the weekend, like I'm over here skydiving. I'm old. I went to Walmart, did some laundry, ate too much food, and took a nap.
That's the truth.
I feel like that's about all that's left at this point.
The Round Table. The new Knights of the Round Table.
In Poltergeist, there is a poster in the kids' room for the 1988 Super Bowl 22, which is strange because the movie came out in 1982. And an eerie coincidence, on the day of that Super Bowl, actress Heather O'Rourke suddenly fell ill and tragically unalive the following day.
Yeah, that was sad. Yep, that was real sad.
I never knew this before. It's sad to hear that she passed away just 6 years after that movie. I was watching the original Amityville Horror last night, a 5-bedroom house for $80K. Me and the paranormal would have just had to find a way to get along. Whatever y'all got going on at night is fine. Just keep it down. You know you're old school if you ate this as a kid.
Oh, I would still eat that now. That looks delicious. We were raised on stuff like that. Whatever you can put in a pot, that's what you had to eat.
I remember Hamburger Helper with the beef and the noodles and stuff. But this here just looks like a little hamburger mixed with tomatoes. Maybe some onion.
Don't forget the hot dogs that are in there.
Here's another photo of one of the old Kmart stores. Like the news article I had in last week's episode, I believe it was. They said that the last Kmart just closed its doors. When Gen Z ask why everyone in old photos has red eyes, I tell them they were too young to remember the Great Demon Uprising of the 1980s.
That is a great response to that particular question. That is funny. We didn't have the filters that took red eyes out as they do nowadays in digital film or digital photos. You actually had to take your photos to a Photoshop and get them processed, and they would find some way to remove the red eyes syndrome.
Post a band and let others post their best track. All right.
Oh, that's a pretty good contest. That's a pretty good way to get people to interact with each other. Let's do that. Let's do that down below in the comments.
All right. I'm going to start with Poison. What do you guys think was their best track?
Unskinny Bop.
When Michael Jackson turned into this. Not many will know what this is.
That is something I don't want to ever see again. Personally, because my eyes are just like really sensitive to light, and those would really bug me.
I'd say most everyone here on the channel knows what this is. I'm this old. Back then, our phones were attached to walls. Our music was only portable if you had batteries. And our instant messages were notes folded into tiny squares.
Or into paper airplanes, and email was shot across the room. I had a couple of them.
Please be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s. Sorry, what were you saying? My stupid baby fell over. If it wasn't for her being on a cell phone, this could have definitely been back in the 70s or 80s.
Now, bet that if that would have been her purse, she would have caught it.
Do you remember pom-pom socks? No, I don't. I was today years old when I found out that was an actor in some of the scenes of Cujo. Yeah, that guy got paid to play a dog. Is
this where a lot of women get the idea that men are dogs?
These days, people spend thousands and sometimes tens of thousands of dollars so they can look like a dog or other animals. Somewhere deep in our memory is this thing.
Oh, comment down below if you remember that character. You remember that cartoon character? Comment down below.
Yes, it is. I just can't remember where from. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Mike Tyson. This is an absolute fact. Speaking of which, 1 week from today, Mike Tyson is supposed to fight Jake Paul. If this fight finally happens, and if it's a real fight, I think Tyson will wipe the floor with him. How many rounds do you think Jake Paul will last? I'm gonna say 3 at most, and that's only if Tyson is putting on a show for people. All I do is work, go home, blink a few times, then it's back to work. Yeah, we work our lives away to pay taxes and whatever, only to look back and say, where did the years go?
Funny thing about this Muppet character is, it reminds me of the new Muppet movie that my brother and I watched just recently, like literally last week. And it was just as funny now as it was back then. We sat on the couch and literally had tears coming out of our eyes. We were laughing so hard. The Muppets are a classic that will never, ever be unfunny to us.
The Muppet Show in the 70s and 80s. Kids these days will never experience this level of excitement. Yep, you wait a week for the photos to ever come back, only to find out that you didn't take a single good one. If Monday was a sound, this would be it. I think every day starts that way. Say what you want about Gen X fashion, but we had the best underwear. My kids keep asking me for a cat, so tonight we're watching Pet Sematary.
Yeah, that movie there. Yeah, it just it was a heartbreaker and a really scary movie, all in the same boat. You know, heartbreaker that the cat died and they're losing their pet, and then they put it in the pet cemetery and it comes back. Ugh. Not good.
Who remembers these Avon samplers? How about it, ladies? Do you all remember these? Kids saved the entire human race by instinctually lying to a cop. Fact check true. Have you guys heard about how the new Joker movie completely flopped? I've seen a lot of memes and bits and pieces of people talking about it. Just from what I've heard alone, I certainly won't waste my time watching it.
In the comment section below, which was your favorite version of the Joker? Let's hear about it.
Back when two people could eat for $8.39. Burger King receipt, 3 Whoppers for $4.62. 2 fries, $1.58. 2 large vanilla shakes, I'm assuming, for $1.78. October 8th of 86. How many of you guys remember that for the longest of time, the Whopper was only 99 cents? I remember the first time I asked my dad to sign something for me in high school. He shook his head and said, "If I sign this, you're going to have to learn how to forge my signature. If you sign it from the start, you'll be able to sign whatever you want and they'll never know." Well, he's got a good point.
That's just being disconnected from parenting right from the get-go.
The reason Gen X always talks about the 80s is because it was the best time to be alive. This is pretty much true as far as the times that we have lived in, during our lifetime. Yeah, I'd say the 80s is the best decade. Once you get to the middle 90s, everything just went straight downhill.
That's mostly because we were getting into the workforce and we were being told what to do with our time. And in the 80s, we were actually doing what we wanted with our time.
And it's just gotten worse ever since. Who remembers Hostess Cake and Wonder Bread thrift stores? When I was a kid, we called them day-old bread stores. Bakeries sold day-old bread even back when my dad was a kid. I heard him talk about it many times.
A lot of the times back in those days there, if you couldn't afford the loaf of bread, you said, "See you tomorrow," and buy that exact same loaf of bread for a discount price. It just worked out.
And back then, day-old bread was considered stuff to just get rid of. These days, we're lucky if we get bread that's less than 2 weeks old. And they fill it full of preservatives, so it'll probably sit on the shelf in the store for at least another week to 10 days. I've seen some people show certain brands of bread that were a month past the expiration date, and they still had it molded. That makes me think of the McDonald's burgers.
That makes me think, what's that doing to our system? Like, they're going to dig us up in 10,000 years and go, see them white discs? That's bread.
Seems like most houses had this, and if I remember correctly, it weighed about 100 pounds. Yeah, I believe one of my grandmothers had one of these. Two things which everyone hates. 1. Change. 2. The way things are. There's a good reason for that. It's because of the changes that happened is how we got to the absolute mess of the way things are today. When I was young, I fixed my parents' computer. And now that I'm older, I fix computers for my kids. Are we the only generation that knows how computers work?
No, we're pretty much the only generation that knows how to fix stuff when it comes to computers.
As far as actually working on a computer, yeah, I think that's pretty much true. The older generations didn't have computers at some point while they were growing up. And the younger generations just don't have the skills or desire to take stuff apart to see how it works, or to take stuff apart to see how to fix it. They just want to throw it away or trade it in and get a new one. And everything is being designed that way now, too. That's why laptops, iPads, and even phones now are getting harder and harder to work on all the time, especially with all these special tools that you often need. Some of you never had this fiery spit of Satan dabbed on your skin, knee, and cut, and it freaking shows. I actually don't remember this one.
I remember that stuff very, very well. And when they say fiery spit of Satan, they mean it. That stuff hurt like hell.
But just going by the name, hopefully this wasn't a mix of mercury and chromium. I'd say that most of you boomers here on the channel know exactly what this is. My whole life has been a lie. I feel like a lot of you guys here on the channel already knew about this, but most of the younger generations don't. A lot of people think that these are AAA batteries because that's what we're used to is AA and AAA. However, this is actually a quadruple A. And yes, you can buy them as regular consumer batteries, but you can also take apart a 9-volt and you got 6 of them. Also, do you guys remember when 9-volt batteries were really cheap? These days, they are ridiculous. It's like $15 for 2 now. If you need a battery for your smoke detector, you might as well just go buy another smoke detector because you can probably buy it cheaper than you can the battery.
It's just like printers. Printers, it costs more for the ink, the replacement ink, than it does for the printer itself. And the printer, when you buy a brand new one, comes with ink. Just like the smoke detectors, would probably cost you about $25, and it comes with a battery.
We really need those glasses today. Things that used to hurt my back in 1980. Jumping off garages, crashing my bike, falling out of a tree, diving in the shallow end, contact sports. Things that hurt my back now. Sneezing, washing the dishes, brushing my teeth, tying my shoes, rolling over in bed.
You forgot one, blinking my eyes. This list is 100% true. The older I get, the more you feel the bottom end.
In the 80s, our parents would steal these from every fast food restaurant that put them out. Well, they were collector's items. Or at least they are today.
Yep.
I grew up thinking Red Lobster and Olive Garden were 5-star fine dining restaurants. I don't remember Olive Garden back then. Maybe they just didn't have them where we lived. But I do remember Red Lobster. And yes, that was considered fine dining. If you had one of these, you know the worst thing was messing up on the last number and having to start all over again.
Interesting thing, millennials might know how to operate this. Gen Z, Alpha Gen, absolutely no clue. Watch them fumble with this to try to figure out how to dial somebody's number. You put that in front of them, they have no clue how to operate this thing.
Either that, or you misdialed because you didn't turn it far enough. Just a couple guys out backpacking. Remember eating at the Kmart Cafe, located in the back of the store between sporting goods and bedding?
And some of the best meals came out of that kitchen. Like, I remember at the Kmart Cafe, they would have like the best meatloaf in town. No other restaurant could top the meatloaf. No other restaurant could top their lasagna. What other meal? Their burgers sucked, but their big dinners, like the meatloaf, the specials, their specials were just like off the chain. You go there for like $3 and get a whole meal.
Yes, I do. If I remember right, I think they had really good nacho and cheese chips. I don't want to freak anyone out here, but the Karate Kid is 63 today. You can't get much more old school than making Tang in a Tupperware pitcher and drinking it in a McDonald's Grimace glass. If you know who this is, drop it down in the comments. And I'll end the episode with this. The lesson I want you to learn is, it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall, short, fat, or thin, ugly or handsome like your father. Or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.
That should be something that is taught in school. That is the truest statement on planet Earth today. It doesn't matter who you are on the outside, it matters who you are on the inside. If your heart is a good nature and the strength of your character is to do good for other people, then you are a good person. It doesn't matter what this little skin stuff that we have wrapped around our skeleton is. Doesn't matter what color that is. It doesn't matter, whether you're, like Fabio or anywhere all the way in between to Quasimodo. It has no bearing on what type of person and character you are. This is what we need to be teaching people in school.
Herman Munster. Please consider hitting that like button and share this video with your family, friends, and social media. I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe.
Alrighty, final thoughts. That statement about, doesn't matter what you look like. I wholeheartedly think that's what we should be teaching our children at home, in school, at the workplace, in the play date place. That should be posted everywhere. Let's get rid of these stupid prejudice of, height, weight, age, beauty standards, and anything that would discriminate people from another people. We need to come together. We are at the very core Earthlings. And that's the only race, in my opinion, is we are Earthlings. We are human. We are the human race of the Earthling population. Period. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, brown, yellow, red. It doesn't matter. If you're a good person, then you're friend material. So let's have a conversation in the comment section below. What you think of some of these memes? What you think of some of the interesting things that we had back in the day, and let's just have a great conversation about nostalgia. A link to the video will be in the description box along with the channel. So in case you want to check out more stuff they have, you want to check out the video uninterrupted, you can do that too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we love having new people join our community of friends who love everything entertaining. So until we get to the next one, my friends, I wish you all peace, love, and happiness, and safety.
Until we meet again, check out my other video or my playlist of videos.